Hey, Michelle here. I wanted to show you how I decorated one of these inexpensive little $2.99 houses that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It's a paper mache house, and I decided to decorate it, one as a Halloween one and one as a Christmas one. So the first thing I did was use some scrapbook paper to put in some flooring. Well, the first thing I did was paint it black. Then I did the flooring, so this is a little backwards. And I just put the top of the top down over the scrapbook paper, used a pencil to outline it, and then cut that out. So I had the right shape and size without really having to measure or anything. Put a little glue dot in there, or a little bit of glue or something, but I forgot to say before that I used black gesso to paint the whole thing because it's very matte and it dries super quick. And it gives it a lot of tooth, so that if you're going to stick stuff on it or decorate over that black finish, was just a perfect product. I got that at Aaron Brothers. It's not cheap, really. Anyway, so the next order of business was to do something about the roof. And I went online looking for ideas. Oh, I wish I could freeze this. I'll come back to that. I couldn't find anything, so I had to devise my own. And what I came up with was this. I used this Stampin' Up! It's not word window, it's called Modern Label, and it's got these little scalloped edges, and so I thought that would be a perfect thing to make some shingles for the roof, because so I used craft paper, or not craft paper but craft cardstock, and you can either punch it out like this as a whole one, and that helps you keep your hands a little cleaner. But you waste a lot of the paper that way. So here I'm trying to show you that you could use a little oval punch, I guess. I didn't try doing it, but I was just showing you how it might look if you don't have this modern label punch. So after I punched out a whole bunch of these, I used, wow, I'm going really fast here. I used these foamy stamp pads to darken up the edges, just to give it some dimension so it didn't look so much just like a piece of paper or a piece of cardstock. It kind of defined the edges of each little shingle. So if you use the foamy stuff, it makes it a lot easier to do it quickly, and it soaks into the edges a little better. That's just mixed media pigment ink. I did some in brown and some in black. I think I ended up doing all the edges in black eventually. And then to add some variation to the shingles, I used these distress inks. That one was linen. This is my favorite one was frayed burlap, which just has kind of a dirty brown color. It just gives it like an aged kind of distressed finish to it. And then so I go through all of these little shingles, and then every single one of them, no matter what color I made it, I would go back and do the edges with the black. Either before or after. Some of them I just left plain and only did the edges, so you can see there how it looks. And so you're going to get you want to get a big variation. Then the next thing I did after I got tons of those made, the best thing to do is to start on the back, because the back of it is just the easiest, because you're going to start at the bottom and then you can just layer it on top. You're going to overlap these with the center of the second row going straight down the line in between. So after you do that, then you'll come around to the front. It took me a while to figure out what order to do these in, but I figured out if I start down here and I go up the side, start here, go up these sides, start here, go up these sides, and then do the little dormers coming down over it, that seemed to work the best. And then after all of it's done, then I punch out these little tiny ones. The way I do that, you might score it or something. I'm just going to show you super quick. Fold it in half. Take a punch. And then so here, instead of a cut edge, you're going to have a folded edge. So you want to get that nice and straight, and then just punch that. See what I've done here? And here's your little top. So that's going to go. After all of it's done, you're going to put this to cover the very top. Or you could bring these all the way up to the top and then just put a single strip that's folded in half that isn't scalloped like this. I mean, who knows? None of them have to be scallops, but I've seen that done on the little dollhouses where they put all their shingles and then they just put a flat part here at the, what do you call it? I don't know what this is called. But you can see I kind of made a little mistake here because these flare outward. If you're going to line them up like this, side by side, they're going to start to lean. You can see that they're a little at an angle. So you got to make sure that this part is straight. And so there's going to be a little bit, it's not going to touch end to end here. It's going to have like a little angle like that. You want it to butt up together down here at the bottom. That's going to be seen. All this is going to be covered up by the next row. So I tried, you can use any glue that you have. This is Aleene's tacky glue. Put some here. And just take your little piece. It doesn't really matter how long it is or short it is because it's going to be covered up by the next row. And I tried all kinds of glues. Just whatever you have around is fine. They all work fine. The clear ones, some of them dry with a shininess to them that I didn't like, but I don't worry about it too much. So you're going to go all the way across. When you get to the end, you might have like a little extra overhang, and so you're just going to cut that off. And the edge that's going to be exposed on the end that you just cut, you're just going to, so then you have a nice black edge so that they all match up, or dark edge on the end. Then when you come to the next row, it's pretty, I mean, we all know how a shingled roof works. You're just going to bring this and line it up in the center and just overlap it, maybe, what's that, 1/4 inch or something, and then just make another row. Then I get to the edge. You can glue it and then snip it if you want. This one I have some little edges dripping over. Do your rows. I think I have 10 rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the top. I don't know if the little tiny tea light ones are like this. I got these at Target. I think it was $7.99 for 4 of these. And they already have the batteries in them. It's like one of those little button cell batteries. And you're just going to pull this little plastic thing out. It's got a little on button here, and check it out. It glows. It already has an orange glow to it. Just put that in there. So it even flickers a little tiny bit, just slightly, not very much. And you don't have to worry about, you know, fire or anything like that. You could decorate it a lot more. I might put a little skeleton or some little pumpkins out front or something. I don't know. That's it. If you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Or if you've made a similar little house and you want to share it with us, please leave a comment so we can check it out. I'd love to see it. Thanks for watching.